Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about the round robin router. Round robin router is the core component available in the Mulesoft. So we have used as per the business requirement in the Mule APIs. So now let's see the agenda of the today's session. In this session we will cover the following points. First, introduction, then how to configure the round robin router, then how to add the routes in the round robin router. Then we can see the POCs today we will cover. So in this presentation we will try to learn how to use the round robin router in the actual APIs. So here you can see the image. I have dropped the round robin component here. Actual use we can see in the POCs. Now we will move towards the introduction. Round robin is the mule component that contains two or the more processing routes and execute only one of the route each time the flow execute the component. Each route within the round robin is a scope that can contain one or the more processor. Starting with the first route, round robin initiate execution of the processor within the route over a mule event and send the result to the next processor in the flow. In the round robin router iterates a list of the configure route in order. If we have the three routes execute by the order, when we send the request first time, it executes the first route only. When we send the request in the second time, it executes the second route only. And when we send the request to the third time, it executes the third route. If all routes are executed orderly, then again we send the request. It means that it executes the first route. In this way, the rotational cycle are happen. So, how we add the routes in the round robin router? There is a simple way we can drag the component from the mule palette and drop here. Here you are seeing the vertical black line, and this black line it means the roots is adding in your the round robin. Now we will move towards the POCs. This POC I have created already. First, I have added the listener. It exposes our API as a REST API. So some basic configuration we need to add here, like the host, port, and the path. So I have added the host as a local host, that port as a 8081. Logger, it gives the message that helps to monitor and debug your the Mule application. Logger we can add anywhere in the flow. From the logger we are getting the important information such as error message, status message, payload, and so on. So here I have added the two logger in the main flow before the round robin, and it's given the simple message. I have added the two logger. One is the before round robin and one is the after the round robin. It gives a simple message like start of the operation of round robin. Then second one is giving the end of operation of round robin. This simple message it is given. After that I have added the round robin. For the round robin you can just simply search in the Mule palette. You can see the one round robin core component is here. So simply you can drag and drop in the flow. After that you can add the multiple routes here. So I have created the three routes, and these three routes have the different functionality. I will explain one by one. The first logger it gives the simple message start of the reading file operation in the first root. After that, I have added one read file connector. It reading that file which is present in the particular location. I have added the file path here. From that path, it is reading that file. After that, I have added this transform message because I want to show this payload to the end user. And in the last, I have added one logger. Here I have given the simple message like end of the reading file operation in root 1. This is completely information of root 1. In the second root, I have added the to-logger. It gives the simple message start of the fetching the data from the database in root 2 and end of the fetching the data from the database in root 2. In between that, I have added one select connector, and that select connector is fetching the data from the table which is named as the EMP. I have uses the MySQL DB. So that basic configuration I have added here. Like in the connection MySQL connection I have added. After that JDBC driver I have added here. Then host is a local host. Then port is 3306. User is root. Password whatever you have set while the installing of MySQL DB. And database I have add Mule here because my table name EMP is present under that Mule. And I want to this payload in the JSON format. So I have added the transform message and put here the output application slash JSON. So this payload I have get in the JSON format. So now let's move toward the third root. Here also I have added to logger for understanding and give the simple message like start of the root 3 and end of the root 3. In between that I have set one variable which name has the root and simple message here execution of the root 3. In the transform message I have set as a JSON and key is the execution and value is assigned batch.root. So this root so now let's move toward the testing of this round robin router. So I have already debugged it. Now I will send the first request. I have added the breakpoint here so we can see easily in the debug mode step by step. We have sent the first request, so that's why it is coming to the first flow and execution of the first flow it done the successfully. It is reading that file from that particular location. Now we will send the second request. Now it is execution of the second route. The execution is done of the second route and we have sent the second request now. You can see the logs here in route 2 and end of the fetching data in from the database in route 2. So in this way, two routes are successfully complete. Now I will send for the third time. Now it's move towards the third route and execute the third route now. In this way, each time it execute the route by the orderly. Again I have sent the one request and now we will see the how it is working. So you can see here again it execute the route step by step in the order manner. So is this cycle we will see again and again while sending the request in the multiple time. So in this way we have covered all the points in the round robin router. Here you can see the execution, how it's happened. When you have sent the request in the first time, it execute the first route. Then when you are sending the request in the second time, it execute the second route. And when you have sending the request in the third time, it execute the third route.